Hello and welcome to the Seth Joyner Show presented by Bankroll. We are now in the home stretch of Super Bowl 57. Both teams have arrived in the Valley of the Sun and had their media day and are locking in on preparations for the big game on Sunday evening. On the health front, the Birds look like they are 100% healthy as far as their 22 starters are concerned. The Chiefs, on the other hand, placed Mecole Hardman, one of their best wide receivers, on injured reserve with a pelvis injury. The line is holding steady at -1.5, I should say, in favor of the Birds, and the under-over is pretty much locked at 50 total points. The teams seem to be evenly matched, but let's take a deeper look at the numbers. It's time for my Bankroll stats comparisons for Super Bowl 57. The Kansas City Chiefs offense is a juggernaut for sure. When you have the best quarterback in pro football in Patrick Mahomes, it's easy to understand why they're tied for first with the Eagles in scoring at 28.7 points per game. They average 407 total yards per game. They're first in passing yards at 294 yards per game and second on third down conversion, converting almost 48% on third down. And in red zone scoring, hey, they're second in the league at 70%. But ranked 21st rushing with only 113 yards per game. Mahomes can be a handful for sure, especially if Kansas City can get any run game going and the defense gets undisciplined in their pass rush lanes. Fret not. This is a comparison, though. If there is a team in the NFL suited to give the Chiefs fits, it's this vaunted Eagles defense, which ranks second overall. The Birds defense ranks fourth, yielding only 18.8 points per game. They give up only a league-leading 290 total yards per game and rank first versus the pass, surrendering a measly 171 yards per game passing. They're 10th in third down conversions and 11th in red zone scoring and 15th versus the run, giving up 119 yards per game. This defense is relentless if given a lead or having made an offense one-dimensional, leaning heavily upon the passing game. The key, in my opinion, will be third down conversions, limiting the Chiefs' possessions to under 10 in a game and forcing at least 2 to 4 punts. This will be a heavyweight showdown for sure. Question is, who blinks first? When it comes to the Eagles offense versus this Kansas City defense, there are some glaring advantages for the Eagles. Once again, the Birds are tied with Kansas City, scoring 28.7 points per game. They're third in total offense, racking up 384 yards per game. Although the Birds only rank 12th in passing at 230 yards a game, those numbers, I believe, are an anomaly, given the fact that Jalen Hurts has been in protection mode the last 5 weeks of the season. The Eagles' O ranks fourth in third down conversions and third in red zone scoring at 68%. But the Eagles' bread and butter and greatest advantage is their rushing attack. They rank fourth in the National Football League at 153 yards per game, but those numbers are skewed if you consider that in the playoffs, the Birds are averaging 44 runs per game. That's 208 yards and 3.5 touchdowns on the ground alone. This should open the way for a dormant passing game come Sunday by forcing the Chiefs to load the box early to stop this runaway rushing attack. This plays right into the plan, in my opinion. With two rookie cornerbacks on the Kansas City side playing in the biggest games of their careers, A.J. Brown and Devontae Smith should have a field day. The Chiefs' defense has a difference maker in Chris Jones at defensive tackle and Frank Clark at defensive end. But I'll take our front versus these two all day long. If Mahomes creates problems for our D, Hurts and our O will do much of the same to this Kansas City defense as well. The Chiefs surrender 21.5 points per game while giving up 328 yards per game total. That's 221 via the pass, ranking 19th. They're 17th in third down conversions at 39% and 30th in red zone scoring at 65% and yield 107 yards per game on the ground, primarily because their opponents are typically down in games and have to catch up via the pass. I'm of the belief that this Eagles offense can run, pass, or attack with a good combination of both to control the clock and minimize Kansas City's possessions. I do not think that it's a stretch at all to say that Kansas City has the better quarterback, and they should. He's logged more years, has more experience, and has primarily been groomed to pass the football. But football teams win championships, and I believe that the Philadelphia Eagles have the better overall team. That's my bankroll comparison. Up next, former linebacker Gary Cobb, G. Cobb as you might know him, joins me to further dissect the big game on Sunday. Bankroll at 19th and Chestnut, Center City, Philadelphia, redefines the sports bar experience for the modern invested fan.
Bridgeview Partners Strategic IT Consulting and Services, saving clients money and time by optimizing enterprise systems for over 10 years now. If you're an IT professional, what are you waiting for? Contact the very experienced team at Bridgeview Partners. These guys have an awesome reputation in the Philadelphia market for their thought leadership, specializing in infrastructure optimization and IT service management for healthcare, retail, finance organizations, and many others. Go to bridgeviewpartners.com to learn more, and go Eagles!
This car is a steal. Hey, Seth, let's do a deal and I'll throw in this great gift. Hoi!
Is that the way you used to buy a car? Forget about it. Get to Davis Honda in Burlington.
Davis Honda has over 300 pre-owned vehicles right now. Come see why Davis Honda won Best of Burlington 6 years in a row.
I'm Seth Joyner, and I drive a Davis Honda.
Seth, Caitlin, you forgot your great gift.
Birds fans, if you understand that success is built on trusted relationships and reliable performance, Mid-Penn Bank is the right bank for you. We're on a mission to prove that the right bankers can make a big difference and work harder for you. With financial centers strategically located to serve the greater Philadelphia area, we are ready to bring you the best in commercial and personal banking. Visit midpennbank.com or call the number on your screen. Mid-Penn Bank, the right bank for you. Member FDIC. Go Eagles!
Former Eagles linebacker Seth Joyner here to tell you about Artie Clear Kitchens, Baths, Drywall, and Roofing. For kitchens and bathrooms, roofing, windows, and other home improvement needs, call my friend Artie Clear. Get 100% no money down financing with payments as low as $59 per month. The first 59 calls will also receive a $400 discount on their first order. And if you're a senior citizen, double. Look for Artie's ad in the Metro. Call today, Artie Clear Kitchens, Baths, Drywall, and Roofing. For over 20 years now, strategic sports marketing has been a leader in the sports industry. With deep relationship among athletes and companies of all sizes, SSM knows what it takes to build effective partnerships. They've been helping me for 15 years now. From speaking engagements and endorsement deals to special guest appearances and much more, no budget is considered too small. And check out SSM's sister company at sportsvaultshop.com, where you'll find everything for your gift-giving needs. Keep an eye out for upcoming coupon codes exclusive to the Seth Joyner Show. Welcome back. Joining me now was my mentor when I came into the National Football League and former teammate. You guys know him as G. Cobb. G, what's happening, my brother?
I'm doing great. Hopefully we're going to be doing great next week.
So listen, man, the Birds are set up for their second Super Bowl in 5 years. What's your thought going into Sunday and the Eagles' approaches?
Well, you know, I think that they come in a very good situation because they can beat you in so many ways. You know, the Eagles have the ability to beat you with their running game, and we've seen that. What has been a little shaky has been their passing game. They can beat you with their passing game, but that means that Jalen Hurts has got to be on the money. You know, he's got to play better. The receivers have to be more consistent. But they could beat you that way, and they could beat you, of course, defensively, either with their pass rush or with the way that they lock down receivers. So they have many ways that they can win the game. Of course, that's just talk. You know, they got to go out and do it.
No doubt about it. So listen, the storylines leading up to this game are intriguing. But once the ball's kicked off, no one's going to care about Andy Reid or the other Kelsey brother on the other sideline.
They have gotten a lot of attention. And I tell you what, Mrs. Kelsey, she got to be tired because everybody's talking to her. And, you know, it's a great story. I think, you know, both of those guys probably are going to end up in the Hall of Fame with the way that they play. So We're going to talk about that. That's fun and everything, but it's going to come down to making plays during the game. And the way I look at this game, you got Mahomes. The thing that, as a kid, when I used to, when I was growing up, we used to see, movies. And the time the movie started, you knew how it was going to end. The bad guy was doing well early in the movie, but you knew he was not going to win. Now, I hope the Eagles don't let the script play out for them. But, with Mahomes as the good guy, where you give him a chance to pull out this game at the end, it's probably going to end badly. The Eagles need to get on the Chiefs. They need to build a lead. Do not let it be close because, Mahomes, he's the best quarterback in football with the way that he's able to make plays and he sees the whole field. He's able to extend plays. They can't let him be the superhero at the end of this game or everybody's going to walk out of there. At least all the Eagles fans are going to walk out of there with long, sad faces. So the Eagles need to jump on the Chiefs and they need to dominate this game, with their running game and with putting the ball in the end zone. If they're kicking field goals, then I'm telling you, Philadelphia is going to have a lot of tears shed if they leave it up to Mahomes because he can make it happen.
Gee, the quarterback is always the focal point in Super Bowls, but invariably the hero always emerges from the shadows of the winning team. It's usually some unexpected, somebody unexpected that wilts under the pressure and someone unexpected that steps up. Potential heroes and GOATs, in your opinion?
Well, I look, of course, know the Eagles real well. See somebody like Boston Scott or Kenneth Gainwell. We've seen that they've been utilized in these other games. So I could see them playing a big role. And then who knows, maybe Quez Watkins, maybe he's got some heart in this game. He's going to fight when they throw him the ball. But of course, he's got the speed, which he could play a big role because of speed and able to get deep.
Right. So, obviously Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce have to be the defense's focal point, for Jonathan Gannon. How do you minimize the damage these two can inflict?
Well, I think they need to cover Travis Kelce in different ways. They need to double him with a linebacker and a safety. I think they need to try to put somebody over his head to delay his release as much as possible, but they've got to do different ways that they double him. And so I would double him sometimes with the corner. I like Bradbury. I put Bradbury on him at times because he's got the frame that he's as tall as he is, and you got somebody doubling him with Bradbury, but you let Bradbury go on there, maybe jam him. But I would try to delay his release as much as possible because then that pulls Mahomes off of him and he's going to look elsewhere. But because I want to take that weapon away. So as many times as I can, if I could delay his release, then that's going to make it, chances are they're not going to go to him. But Kelce is somebody, especially in the red zone. I don't know how many times you see I'm yelling at the TV, guard Kelce, guard. And he'll fake like he's blocking the defensive end. Everybody leaves. And he just trickles out wide open, touchdown. I'm going like, you can't believe these guys. I don't know.
Well, there's really no rhyme or reason to what they do because they don't have a designated route tree, if you will. He's just working away from technique, and things of that nature. And him and Patrick Mahomes are on the same page. So listen, Jalen Hurts seems to me as a guy who's got ice water in his veins. I think the Eagles have held him back since the shoulder. In your opinion, do they turn him loose in this game in the run and the passing game?
I think they're going to take shots downfield on Kansas City because they do play man-to-man. They will give them opportunities. So, he's missed AJ the last couple of games. Just got to put more air under that ball, let him run under it. I wouldn't be surprised if they go deep with him. But I think Quez Watkins, they like Watkins because they know how fast he is. So I think they're going to get some shots, but they are going to throw the ball down the field, because I think that's deep down, that's what Sirianni, that's in his blood. So, he's going to throw that ball. So I think they're going to take shots. The big thing is the big fella they got to know where that big fella is, Chris Jones. I mean, I would send some backs in there, cut at his legs. I would tell, hey, man, we not trying to hurt you, but we trying to get your attention.
Yeah, yeah, I got you. So give me a score prediction for Super Bowl 57, G.
I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I mean, so I'm going to say, I know this is crazy, but I'm going to say the Eagles, like 37, and I'll say the Chiefs, they'll come in with 27. So it'll be a 10-point win.
All right.
Yep.
I appreciate your insight, brother. Thank you, man.
All right, have a good one.
All righty. After the break, Sean Brace will join me to talk the Chiefs and Eagles matchup, the line, the spread, and some prop bets. Special thanks to our show sponsor, Bridgeview Partners. Bridgeview Partners specialize in IT service management and helping businesses separate from their competition. Go to bridgeviewpartners.com and let them know that Seth Joyner sent you.
This car is a steal. Hey, Seth, let's do a deal and I'll throw in this great gift. Hoi!
Is that the way you used to buy a car? Forget about it. Get to Davis Honda in Burlington.
Davis Honda has over 300 pre-owned vehicles right now. Come see why Davis Honda won Best of Burlington 6 years in a row.
I'm Seth Joyner, and I drive a Davis Honda.
Seth, Caitlin, you forgot your great gift.
For over 20 years now, strategic sports marketing has been a leader in the sports industry. With deep relationship among athletes and companies of all sizes, SSM knows what it takes to build effective partnerships. They've been helping me for 15 years now. From speaking engagements and endorsement deals to special guest appearances and much more, no budget is considered too small. And check out SSM's sister company at sportsvaultshop.com, where you'll find everything for your gift-giving needs. Keep an eye out for upcoming coupon codes exclusive to the Seth Joyner Show.
Mandrakia Law. Attorneys you can trust, we get results. When you need an attorney, you need an experienced trial lawyer who will never settle for less, who's not afraid to try your case, will fight for you and keep you informed. Charles Mandrakia and the team at Mandrakia Law have decades of experience. They are ethical but aggressive. Personal injury, DUI or DWI, commercial or civil litigation, criminal defense, experience matters. Visit the website mmattorneys.com and remember the name, Mandrakia Law. Attorneys you can trust, we get results. Bridgeview Partners strategic IT consulting and services, saving clients money and time by optimizing enterprise systems for over 10 years now. If you're an IT professional, what are you waiting for? Contact the very experienced team at Bridgeview Partners. These guys have an awesome reputation in the Philadelphia market for their thought leadership, specializing in infrastructure optimization and IT service management for healthcare, retail, finance organizations, and many others. Go to bridgeviewpartners.com to learn more, and go Eagles! Birds fans, if you understand that success is built on trusted relationships and reliable performance, Mid-Penn Bank is the right bank for you. We're on a mission to prove that the right bankers can make a big difference and work harder for you. With financial centers strategically located to serve the greater Philadelphia area, we are ready to bring you the best in commercial and personal banking. Visit midpennbank.com or call the number on your screen. Mid-Penn Bank, the right bank for you. Member FDIC. Go Eagles!
Welcome back. Joining me now is Sean Brace to further break down this matchup and help you set your bets for Super Bowl 57. Sean, how's it going, my friend?
Flight 57, Seth. Let's go. Clear the runway. We're heading to Arizona, my friend. Can't wait.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. The Eagles have been heavy run the last 3 weeks. It's been a little bit of a bugaboo forever. Can they win the Super Bowl running the ball as dominantly as they've been running it the last 2 weeks?
Bread and butter, Seth. That's what it's all about. And this is the type of game that they will win in the trenches. And I know that excites you. It excites me as well. The Eagles' offensive line is rolling red hot down to Arizona. Plus 260 total yards rushing as a team against the New York Giants, a team that was playing much better in the interior defensive line. And now what they did against the San Francisco 49ers, number one defense against the rush. This team is battle-tested, and it's their bread and butter. I fully expect Sirianni to try and throw the ball in the beginning, but they're going to come back, and then there's going to be a steady dose of all three of those running backs out of the backfield plus Jalen Hurts.
Okay, so talking about team rankings, what's the breaking point that you look at when you think about a top-ranked offense like the Kansas City Chiefs, who are number 2, versus an Eagles defense, which is ranked, well, I should say Kansas City is ranked number 1, and the Eagles defense is ranked number 2. What's the breaking point there?
Well, look, Mahomes is Mahomes. I mean, he's the magic man. But he hasn't faced a defensive line like the Eagles. And going back to that Super Bowl against the Tampa Bay Bucs, a game in which they were held to 9 points. I know he was dealing with a little bit of injury. Offensive line was dealing with their fair share of injuries as well. But that was the recipe for success. And the Eagles rushed the quarterback better than anyone in the league. And everyone always talks about the path of what the Eagles did to get to this point. Well, how about the path for the Chiefs? The Jacksonville Jags and the Cincinnati Bengals both finished in the bottom 7 of the league as far as sacks are concerned. So I don't want to hear about the path of the Eagles anymore. This defense is for real, and if they're going to win the Super Bowl, it starts up front with Hassan Reddick and company. They must get after Mahomes, and hopefully they can do so without blitzing.
I love that. Love that. Oftentimes, the game comes down to turnovers and field position via special teams. Which team, in your opinion, has the advantage there?
Well, I think it's even, and I'm not trying to, get the cop-out answer, but it really is. Special teams are so moot these days, especially in the Super Bowl. We've never had a punt return for a touchdown in the Super Bowl. It's only a handful of kickoff returns for a touchdown as well. I think they're both evenly matched there. As far as kicking is concerned, Jake Elliott, of course, he's made the big kick before, but Butker's been there since 2017, so he's made plenty of big kicks. Here's the tipping point, Seth, because this is real. The announcer jinx. Harrison Butker has not missed a kick in the playoffs just yet. So when they tee that up, he's going to miss the next kick on Super Bowl Sunday.
All right, Sean. So everybody tune in for this. Hit me with your line bet, your under over, your final score, and give me 4 of your top prop bets.
Let's go. All right, I'm going to get to the props first. I'm a big swinger, Seth. Oh. Don't be nasty, people. We're taking Gainwell to be the leading rusher in the game at plus 2,500. Books have taken a ton of action on Gainwell props. Understandable. He didn't cash for us an NFC Championship game. We're going back to Kenneth Gainwell. I have to take a shot at that number. Also staying with Kenneth Gainwell, over 11.5 yards receiving. Again, buying low with a guy who's seen an increase in his workload over the past few games. A great second option out of the backfield behind Miles Sanders. I'm all about Kenneth Gainwell on Super Bowl Sunday. Let's keep swinging with the big Louisville slugger and keep hacking away. This time on the defensive side of the ball, I'm going back to Hassan Reddick. I think he could very well be in play for Super Bowl MVP at 35-1, but we're going to take him for the first sack in the game at plus 300. Love that number. He's going to be really important on the defensive side of the ball, of course, for the Eagles. And finally, I haven't budged and I won't budge. The Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl, Seth. And the way I see the recipe for success is keeping the Kansas City Chiefs out of the end zone. So under team total at 24.5. I don't think the Kansas City Chiefs get over 20 points. My final score, It stays under the total of 50.5. Final score, 27-19. Philadelphia Eagles. We're starting to plan a parade for next week. Super Bowl 57 champions.
That's Sean Brace, guys, bringing the heat. Sean, thanks for your time, my man.
Anytime, Seth. Go Birds.
All righty. Coming up next, my final thoughts and predictions for Super Bowl 57, the Kansas City Chiefs versus your Philadelphia Eagles. This segment is sponsored by Davis Honda. I drive a Davis Honda, and you should too.
Birds fans, if you understand that success is built on trusted relationships and reliable performance, Mid-Penn Bank is the right bank for you. We're on a mission to prove that the right bankers can make a big difference and work harder for you. With financial centers strategically located to serve the greater Philadelphia area, we are ready to bring you the best in commercial and personal banking. Visit midpennbank.com or call the number on your screen. Mid-Penn Bank, the right bank for you. Member FDIC. Go Eagles! Bridgeview Partners Strategic IT Consulting and Services, saving clients money and time by optimizing enterprise systems for over 10 years now. If you're an IT professional, what are you waiting for? Contact the very experienced team at Bridgeview Partners. These guys have an awesome reputation in the Philadelphia market for their thought leadership, specializing in infrastructure optimization and IT service management for healthcare, retail, finance organizations, and many others. Go to bridgeviewpartners.com to learn more, and go Eagles! Mandrakia Law. Attorneys you can trust, we get results. When you need an attorney, you need an experienced trial lawyer who will never settle for less, who's not afraid to try your case, will fight for you and keep you informed. Charles Mandrakia and the team at Mandrakia Law have decades of experience. They're ethical but aggressive. Personal injury, DUI or DWI, commercial or civil litigation, criminal defense, experience matters. Visit the website mmattorneys.com and remember the name, Mandrakia Law. Attorneys you can trust, we get results.
Former Eagles linebacker Seth Joyner here to tell you about Artie Clear Kitchens, Baths, Drywall, and Roofing. For kitchens and bathrooms, roofing, windows, and other home improvement needs, call my friend Artie Clear. Get 100% no money down financing with payments as low as $59 per month. The first 59 calls will also receive a $400 discount on their first order. And if you're a senior citizen, double. Look for Artie's ad in the Metro. Call today, Artie Clear, Kitchens, Baths, Drywall, and Roofing.
This car is a steal. Hey, Seth, let's do a deal and I'll throw in this great gift. Hoi!
Is that the way you used to buy a car? Forget about it. Get to Davis Honda in Burlington.
Davis Honda has over 300 pre-owned vehicles right now. Come see why Davis Honda won Best of Burlington 6 years in a row.
I'm Seth Joyner, and I drive a Davis Honda.
Seth, Caitlin, you forgot your great gift.
Welcome back. As the fans get nervous and tight with the game coming up quickly, the players are locking in and focusing on the biggest moment of their lives. For those who were present in 2017 and 18, they know the thrill of victory. I've personally experienced both ends of the spectrum, a win and a loss in the Super Bowl. It's the worst feeling in the world to lose a Super Bowl. That being said, someone has to win and someone has to lose. The Chiefs are a well-coached team with a superstar quarterback and arguably the best tight end in the National Football League. But they've had moments during this season where they look beatable and have lost games to the Colts, the Bills, and the Bengals. The Birds, on the other hand, have run through their schedule with little resistance other than a turnover-laden loss to the Commanders and 2 L's in the absence of Jalen Hurts out of the starting lineup. For the first time in a while, the top 2 seeds, the best 2 teams in the National Football League in their respective conferences, will face each other on Super Bowl Sunday. There's just something different about this Eagles team. From the magnificent job Howie Roseman has done to rebuild this roster in 2 years, to the growth of this young coaching staff and the ascension of Jalen Hurts as a franchise quarterback, they just seem destined to win it all. They thrive off of the hate, the naysayers and the doubters, and just handle their business week after week. Like I said previously, the Chiefs may have the more accomplished head coach and quarterback, but the Philadelphia Eagles have a more complete team and will come home with the victory, 26-32. That's the show for tonight. Thank you for watching. Tune in next week as we conclude this magical 2022 season with a Super Bowl victory. Have a great week, Philadelphia, and fly, Eagles, fly.